this is Debby from Kids Around Dogs. And I think you know, I love books. I love reading. I love learning new things. And I've purchased really recently a new book. I think it's literally just come out. And it's by Pat Miller, who is a brilliant trainer, behaviorist, and more in the USA. This is the book, Discover the World of Canine Cognition. I'm absolutely obsessed with these things. I like to know how my dog is thinking, how other dogs are thinking, and how do they come to certain conclusions. Can they come to certain conclusions? I really love all this stuff. When I heard of this book coming out, I had to have it. I knew I was going to enjoy her writing. She doesn't make her text too scientific-y. She puts a bit of herself in it. Some of her personality can be found through her words and her and the way she talks about things. She also mentions things that happen to her own life and how she uses certain exercises, certain behaviors with her own dogs. It's published by Dogwise, a brilliant publisher again in the US. But the book is available, I think, worldwide. I'm in the UK and I easily found it on Amazon, so no problem. I will put the link for the book on Amazon in my comments as well, should you wish to purchase it there. For every chapter, Pat tells us what we're going to see, why is it useful, and also, obviously, the first part is, what is cognition? What do we need to know about these things? What is it cool to know about these things? And kind of where we're at as well in the understanding of dogs in science today. What I also like is that she mentions few others, experts and scientists in the field and the world of dogs or animals. One of my favorite is Dr. Susan Freeman. She is a brilliant animal trainer, animal behaviorist, animal kind of expert, if you like, for what we know anyway to this day. Through Dr. Susan Freeman, I've also done quite a few courses and webinars. One particular one was the workshops that I've done at the at Penton Zoo in Devon. I do have video of the latest one I've been to in September, and I'm going back again in 2026 for a shorter workshop. But again, all the learning and stuff are heavily based on how she has studied animals, so not only dogs but all animals. Brilliant lady, and I do hope as well to have her soon doing a webinar for Kids Around Dogs as well. Yeah, the book mentions Dr. Freeman, but also other experts. For example, Dr. Claudia Fugazza. She's Italian, so I kind of have a little bit of an attachment with the woman, although I've never met her. But I've read about her and watched a few, webinars and courses and stuff. Claudia Fugazza, a few years ago, came up with the idea that dogs can imitate us, can copy us. And in fact wrote the book called Do As I Do. And again, there are courses and stuff like that. The idea is that you present a behavior to the dog and the dog copies it. Now, obviously, it's not like that. You need to work towards it, but it has been done and it has worked numerous times for many people for either some bit of fun, a bit of enrichment for the dog, more bonding connection between the human and the dog, but also for kind of assistance as well, for kind of help and training as well. So for instance, something that also Pat Miller talks in her book is teaching your dog to go in her bed, for example, or on her mat, and you can move yourself towards the mat, towards the bed, and then Claudia would say, do it, while Pat would say, copy that, and the dog imitates the behavior. So she goes to her bed. Again, it doesn't happen by magic. A certain rule and a certain kind of protocol needs to be followed, but it's doable, completely doable. Another great expert mentioned also in Pat Miller's book is Dr. Brian Hare. I have studied with him a few years ago. I can't even remember, quite maybe 10 years ago, I want to say, on cognition for all animals, in particular at the time about monkeys, chimpanzees and other species of monkeys, and it was just brilliant. To me, it was like, oh my God, a whole new world that opened up. And not only the guy is really passionate about what he does, and I really like that, but he really questions things. He really analyzes what animals can do and why they do it, and how can this be helpful? How can we enrich our world and our connection with the animals through their connection? He's a brilliant, brilliant guy. So if you don't know any of these kind of experts, I would recommend go and look them up. To come back to Pat Miller's book, again, called Discover the World of Canine Cognition. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Chapters, but just to, I mentioned chapter 10, just one of the ones that I particularly like, because it's about consent and make sure that we know when the dog is okay with the things that we want him or her to do, or we want to do with them, rather. So there is a game mentioned here, Brain Candy game number 1, You Choose. Now that we have come to understand the value of giving our dogs choice in their lives, how do we incorporate that into a relationship with them? We can introduce choice to our dogs by teaching them a you choose cue, and then look for occasions where we can let them know that they can make a choice. Here is how you can do this. 1. Select a very high value treat. Show one to your dog and name it: beef, meat, chicken, and so on. Let her hear it. Let her eat it. Repeat several times. Select a low value treat. Show it to your dog and name it: kibble, milk bone, squeaky toy, and so on. Let her eat it or chew it. Repeat several times. You're teaching her the names of different treats so that she can make an informed choice. Now tell her to wait and place your high value treats in one bowl, your low value treat in another bowl. The bowls should look the same. Hold the high value treat bowl in one hand and say its name, chicken, for example. Hold the low value treat bowl in another hand and say its name, kibble. Show her each bowl again, naming them as you show them to her. Now place both bowls on the floor at the same time at your feet, 6 inches apart, with your dog 2 feet back right in the center of the bowls. Repeat the weight cue, if needed, to keep her from diving into the bowls. Your dog and the 2 bowls should form an equilateral triangle. Now say you choose, or pick one, or whatever you want your you choose cue to be, and invite her to choose a bowl. To be sure you don't inadvertently point to either of the bowls, some dogs have been taught to stay in position until they're given a release cue. If this is the case with your dog, give your release cue after the you choose cue. While she eats the treat from the bowl she chooses quickly, pick up the other bowl or toy. You want her to understand that there is no opportunity cost. When she chooses one treat, it means she doesn't also get the other one. Repeat numerous times randomly, switching which side contains the high value or the low value treat or toy, until it's clear she is realizing she can choose her preference. Be sure to also mix up which treat or toy you name first. High value sometimes, low value sometimes. You might be surprised to discover what you think is higher value for her might not be. Remember, it's her choice. Do not try to coax her. Remember, it's her choice. Do not try to coax her to go for one you think is higher value. And I really like this. I feel it's very empowering, and obviously carries on with more things. I feel it's very empowering for the dog to give them a choice, to know that we are listening to that choice. We go, yeah, that's fine. You know, your choice, you pick, kind of thing. And that we agree with that choice and we go, your choice, you pick, it's your, it's your thing. This book is full of chapters, full of ideas as well, of cognitive exercise and games you can do with your dog. So I really hope you'll take the opportunity while reading the book, or maybe afterwards, like I did. I read the whole book and then I started playing a bit more with Winnie on those things. But I really hope you enjoy it, and let me know maybe in the comments what you think, how your dog, what your dog has chosen, or what your dog can do that maybe you didn't expect him to do. Please follow or subscribe to our Kids Around Dogs YouTube channel. It's a totally free things for you to do, but it does help me to grow and our channel to be kind of watched more and discovered more by other people. I would really love to see children being helpful in these games. I think a lot of the games, if not all of them, can easily be done with your supervision and with your kids, and it could be a great way for kids and dogs to bond even more in a clever way, and can also help children to know that dogs have choices and those choices should be respected when safe, of course. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. Let me know in the comment what you thought of the book, if you have it, if you knew about Pat Miller before, and what you think of dog cognition. I'm super interested in that. Thank you. Bye. Kids Around Dogs, we're gonna make it okay.